he got the most pure, solid, organic, loved fan base in wrestling history, bro.
Like, how do you even
get that?
They might got over by doing jack squat shit.
He got over by eating chips.
and chewing gum.
Ain't did nothing. And had his first match and murked it.
And having fucked up. He might murk the shit out of the way.
He served that man ass something good too, bro. That shit was classic.
Damn.
What's going on, everybody? We back. You know what I'm saying? I guess we call this season 2.
This is
what I'm saying? Cause
Raps and Wrestling 2.0.
Yeah.
But that 2.0 ain't no hope.
You hear me? We gonna talk about that because we're gonna name it shit 2.0.
So much is over.
The only good 2.0 in wrestling right now is actually the group in AEW.
Hey, shout out my man Daniel Garcia though, bro.
And Daniel Garcia,
because
he's fucking them folks' ass up.
They might be beast.
But it's your boy King Ron, you know what I'm saying? As always, I got my boys, my guys, my player partners with me, you know what I'm saying?
The man in the hour too sweet to be sour is back, baby. Mm-hmm. And I dropped a new single. Go check it out, by the way. Mm-hmm. The Sun Hero. I told you guys last time that I had a unification going on. Mm-hmm. You see these 2 titles right here? What are we missing?
Cap.
We missing the big goal.
We're missing big goal.
Hold on. Let me get to
that. But let's introduce my guy.
Let me get to that. Kenny Andretti, but y'all already know that.
They know.
First of all, I'm coming off the greatest victory in my career because I single-handedly kicked COVID's ass.
Right, man. You got to clap that up.
You know what I'm saying? I laid the smackdown on this King ass.
Beat Omarion ass, you know what I'm saying?
Came off the top rope with the elbow. Then went back to the top rope and hit the moonsault. Then came back down and hit the people's elbow. And then they had a fat nigga come and give him the stink face. And after that, I went to go enjoy the fruits of my labors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Went to go get my belt and my J's clean. Mm-hmm. But guess what? The motherfucking stat guy still got the damn belt.
Came and stole it, even though it's his. But yeah.
It's not his.
Talking about something.
He ain't want shit.
He trying to get down on some bitches. Boy, you ain't got no real though.
So he said that. So he said that for real.
Nah, man, he ain't said that for real, man. But he's still fired though.
My boy was prepared. He was preparing for his OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do the Shawn Michaels Playgirl photo shoot. If you know, you know. You know what I mean?
My head is like, girl. Hey fellas, have you seen her? It was about 5 minutes ago.
He better not be doing that, man. That boy is. But yeah, man, we back.
And you can't stop the rain.
we back, man. My guy mentioned 2.0, man, and apparently WWE is already doing what they do always every time they do something. Is ready to pull the plug on something, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got the heart to keep trying, you know what I mean? And we talking about NXT 2.0, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they understood the task when they decided to take over NXT. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
They understood the task, per se, but it's not going over as well for the simple fact that this not what we wanted.
We never wanted that shit, and it never should have had. First of all, the shit should never have like changed to begin with. Nothing was wrong with Black and Gold. I have, people are always like, "Oh, why are you complaining about that?" I'm like, dude, nothing was wrong with Triple H's regular NXT. Nothing.
They really was the only show pulling in goddamn weekly ratings. You know what I'm saying? Even though they had the war with AEW, they was still pulling in better ratings than Raw.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And like it's.
Go ahead. It wasn't better ratings than Raw. Hell nah.
It was a better show than Raw.
It was better. It was way better. I mean, look, a lot of people will agree that NXT, when Triple H had it, was doing better than both Raw and SmackDown. Now, of course, not in ratings, we get that because obviously NXT is the the third brand. I'm not really calling them a developmental. It's a third brand. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, you know, they're not going to compete with a Raw or SmackDown. But what they provided for everybody was what, you know, honestly, what AEW was doing. You know, just having like before AEW, honestly, because they provided some of the greatest content under that black and gold brand.
It was it was an alternative to Raw and SmackDown, even though like they still WWE.
Yeah,
Because you can, if you don't, people wasn't tuning in to Raw or SmackDown, but they was watching NXT. You know what I'm saying?
they were watching NXT more than they were.
NXT was putting on a better show.
Yeah, NXT was it, and it's weird now that we looking back on it because really the black and gold era of NXT was like developmental for AEW when you think about it. You know, looking at who's on the AEW roster, you got 2.0, you got Red Dragon, Adam Cole, guys like that, and possibly Johnny Gargano coming soon too. Yeah, it was developmental for AEW. And what makes it even more weird, also when you think about it, every time WWE makes a match release, it's always something that AEW needs. AEW needed more star power. They got Adam Cole. They needed more tag teams. You get a Red Dragon. You get a Miro. You get an Andrade. You get finding building blocks every time the WWE makes match releases. Now you need some more coaching and people that can do better work backstage. And what does NXT do? They release their entire coaching staff and William Regal.
Producing staff. But you think it sound like Andretti is saying that WWE and AEW is in cahoots. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say necessarily in cahoots, but WWE is definitely siphoning talent down to AEW, which, you know, it kind of makes sense because, you know, WWE tried to sell WWE to Fox.
So it makes sense to get rid of stars. You know what I'm saying? They can actually go somewhere. They probably won't be tied down to WWE and shit like that also.
So,
cause they is trying to sell WWE like Vince is trying to get this shit off like a baby mama. You know what I'm saying? A bad one at that. He trying to get rid of that.
I'm trying to
get out this shit like a bad bag of dope.
He trying to get rid of
trying to get rid of that hoe.
That phone like that. Was about The Rock was gonna buy that hoe and shit, and some other nigga named Khan that was gonna be the president.
The Rock was gonna buy WWE.
Yeah, I saw.
Well, yeah, I remember that. Too. I remember hearing that story, but I don't think that shit.
He already bought the XFL. He probably gonna be more focused on that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking, yeah,
I'd rather. Also been doing a lot of shit, so that boy can do what he want to do. Boy gonna be the president one day. I'm telling you, watch. Dwayne Johnson.
Rock actually got my vote.
Another thing that happened in WWE, man, besides the failing of NXT 2.0, they mentioned John Moxley a lot. You know what I'm saying? Doing a segment on SmackDown and shit, bro. And that's something that's not really like.
I didn't catch the Seth Rollins part until like later on. But that night, I'm hearing Pat McAfee talk. And he was like, yeah, it's like back when Roman. Nah, he said Roman, Mox, and Seth are different guys than when they came in the shit. I'm like, what did he say? I had to rewind it. Yeah, Seth, Roman, and Mox. Excuse
me? like y'all actually, you went there. You actually said this.
In the past, they would have related him to Dean. You know what I'm saying? Or called him Ambrose or something like that. They just stopped mentioning him. They didn't mention him at all when he left.
Stopped mentioning him completely until this Seth Rollins versus Roman feud.
And then
until they started having to show them clips of the Shield, and it's like,
you can't
You
can't
can't-
not show this man,
yeah,
bro.
so
like,
it's like
oh, so who was that guy right there? You know what I'm saying? Like, they
Oh.
finishing move was a triple power bomb.
You
Which,
can't
you know
you
what I'm
can't
saying?
hide them.
which is so weird because like that was like at the end of SmackDown, and you know after SmackDown goes off, it segues into Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing on Rampage, John fucking Moxley.
That boy showed up and showed out. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
But
he had a hell of a fight versus
Man,
Ethan
Ethan Page was like fucking punches, man, for real. All
Yeah.
types.
Stiff
I'm
ass
like
punches.
stiff shots. If you saw, I was like,
Man, he
whoa.
was you were faxing them hoes to his ass.
I feel like he told him to like do that.
oh yeah,
You
bro.
know,
I feel
obviously,
like
but it's like,
he
man,
wanted that man. He ain't wrestled in what?
Since October.
He wanted
yeah.
to feel some pain.
He
bro.
wanted to feel. He wanted to feel
He
that
wanted to
aggression.
feel some pain.
All of
He wanted
that.
to feel
But-
that adrenaline.
This still besides the point.
Mm-hmm.
Because after the match, John, he raising heel, gave Ethan Page the paradigm shift,
Mm-hmm.
Walks back through the crowd.
Choke.
walked back through the
He
crowd.
choked out.
And who do we
Yeah, he
see in the
did.
He
crowd?
choked the hell out that man there. You skipped that part.
He
choked the fuck out
did,
that
bro.
kid,
He
bro.
choked the
It
shit
wasn't
out
legal.
of him.
That
He
boy turned
choked the
red.
shit out of the mic.
Eat the page there was like, oh.
Hit by his stupid.
That boy went to Woody real quick. Like, oh,
man.
Andy's coming.
Bruh. That man
Boy,
choked
out.
the shit out of him, dude. I was down. I was laughing for about 10 seconds. Fool.
They really didn't show that man no more because, like you said, after he got out the ring and walked through the crowd, who was waiting on him?
Brian Danielson.
Now that
This gonna be a program, bro.
Give me
man,
that.
even though have they? Wait a minute. Before I say this, didn't they wrestle in on WWE or
That
they
don't count.
They don't. Okay.
I'm about to say.
All right, fuck it. It don't count. So with
This
Brian,
like
yeah.
Brian Danielson before WWE and John Moxley before WWE. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All this shit don't count. All this shit never happened. And
It's
then
like that's a
bam,
whole.
here we
It's
go.
like a whole different.
It's like, yeah, we've seen it before, but we're getting a whole different ball game right now.
It's like it's like a whole new canon or some shit. It's like, you know how you get a new series, you
You
get a
finna see
new
this shit for the first time.
yeah, in a different atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we talking about AEW too. If y'all got.
By the way.
you know what I'm saying.
Bye.
The little thing with WWE is like, yeah, they mention them. It's crazy
Yeah.
because it's like WWE don't mention wrestlers outside of WWE ever. You know what I'm saying? Especially in another company.
When they,
like,
but
now this is a legend.
when they
but
do,
rarely that.
nah, but when they
purely
do,
for the stats though, they faced off in October 21st, 2013 on Raw.
Mm.
Then May 10th, 2013 on SmackDown.
mm-hmm.
And in the HWA in the Indies back in 2010. So they faced off a few times.
right.
But like we said, this is brand new.
It's a brand new atmosphere. It's a brand new backdrop. You know what I'm
Mox
saying?
actually
Like,
made his return this Wednesday on Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? From his
rehab.
his rehab
Cut a
he was going
promo.
through.
Cut a promo that was like really. That I feel like it was really raw. Obvious. Well, yeah, I didn't feel like it. It was raw. It was straight from the heart. It was like, man, you know what you would expect from from John Moxley. You know, just to continue to like still be in character and understand it. Like, man, I've overcome. I've overcame everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but yeah, I was just like, man, the promo itself was a really good promo. John Moxley really he came back, man, looking healthy. Came back looking like a brand new, a whole brand new man. You know what I'm saying? And
I wouldn't even call it a promo. It was, him getting off his chest what he had to get off his chest. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no promo. That shit wasn't about wrestling. It's about his actual life. You know what I'm saying?
I overcame this. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, you know what I'm saying, I did this, so hopefully it motivates you to do what you're able to do when it comes to your, you know what I'm saying, getting your life together. So,
Right.
yeah, I couldn't even call it a promo. It's him coming face to face with what he had to come face to face with.
Exactly. But he did. But man,
And he did it in perfect style. You know
style
what I'm saying?
and perfect, just vintage John Moxley.
Yeah, bro. And it was an emotional as speech too, bro. Because it's like, come on, man. A lot of people don't make it on the other side, to the other side when they battling demons and shit like that, bro. Especially in wrestling, you know what I'm saying?
The
Like, we done seen
stories,
the greatest wrestlers not make it through because of that.
nah, the stories that you hear, like, some of them don't make it. Some of them do make it, but they're badly altered, from the effects of doing what they've been doing for so long over time. And, in a time like this, to have somebody like John Moxley to go through what he went through and then to overcome his, his demons, there's just, it, like a lot of people said that it was motivating, obviously, because it was just to see that,
Case I don't know, they talking about alcohol.
alcohol.
He liked the sauce.
Yeah, bro. And then Mox,
Like a
man,
little bit of the bubbly. No,
he look even more of a badass coming back from an addiction, bro, in the world that we living in right now. You know what I'm saying?
so much going on.
Shout out to Mox. You know what I'm
Yeah, the
saying?
man
He
looked good. Looked real good.
And he went straight to work because, like you said, he
Shit.
did on Rampage. He choked the hell out of goddamn Ethan Page, and they was having a good solid ass match, bro. I can't even hold you, but
Yeah.
god damn, man, that boy that damn bulldog choke ain't no hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
That shit crazy as hell. On Dynamite also, goddamn Cody Rhodes, he also came out there and spoke from the heart. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And put the title up against Sammy. They doing a ladder match next week. Or this week, depending on whenever you watching this, you know what I'm saying?
Is this Wednesday? Beach break.
It's kind of like, man, I be on the fence with Cody Rhodes. Don't get me wrong, I love Cody, you know what I'm saying, to death as far as his wrestling, what he's done in and out the ring, and the family that he comes from, you know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, man, it's like, I don't know. It's like I want to see Cody, but then again, I just don't be caring to see Cody, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like there's other wrestlers that I actually be wanting to see in AEW. And don't get me wrong, bro. Like I said, Cody's my guy. He'd have been the TNT champion 3 times, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool, you know what I'm saying? It's a title, bro. He still on this can't go for the world title stick, so I'm like, cool, you know what I'm saying? He had to look. They set up the little interim TNT title and things like that, and Sammy ended up winning it. And now they got this ladder match to bring them all together. Now I really wish they would have did like that. I wish they would have like drug the story along a little bit before they came to the final conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Sammy and
Unifying them.
yeah,
Okay.
Sammy and Cody being both champions. They should have been both the champions for at least a month.
A monthly, I mean, I kind of feel, I feel where you coming from with that, but shit, I look at it like this. I'm still looking at it like this. Eventually, is going to be building up to something bigger. You know what I mean? We might be witnessing another slow build, long term booking of Cody Rhodes. Is he a heel? He's doing the whole like? Is he doesn't want to be a heel, but he's a babyface that sometimes do kind of like heelish tactics. You know. Now
They say he not gonna turn because the fans cheered him when he needed them the most. But I think it's bullshit. I think he gonna turn heel.
he gonna turn heel,
Like,
bro. It's just.
But it's like it's gonna be like one of them like earth shattering heel turns, like one of them holy shit moments that you're gonna.
He's gonna be Mankind. Remember when he was trying to be Cactus? He was trying to be Mankind and not be Cactus Jack in WWF and shit. And when he got his ass beat in that damn cage and they was all Stone Cold, he came out there next night. I fought for you, and I bled, and you screamed somebody else's name. Like he was pissed. That boy ass was done, bro. That was like, oh shit, this ain't Mankind. I don't know who this is, bro. Like, yeah, I feel like there could be. I feel like there could be what Cody did. Like Cody get fucking worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the fans still not giving a damn about Cody, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like he be trying to do that too,
I
bro.
don't know, but we know when he cut their promo, like they stopped booing it. All
They
this
most
shit.
definitely stopped booing.
Yeah.
I do give you that.
He hit. I mean, a lot of people say, well, he had hit certain points
Yeah.
that you know
couldn't
that
deny.
you
Like,
couldn't
I was
deny
telling
it. You
Kenny,
just
bro,
couldn't
like,
deny it. You know.
He was talking about the pipe bomb, and he was talking about what a niggas what CM Punk was saying. And when he went back and checked off everything CM Punk said, I was like, man, he really did do that. Like he really took that into like he was back there watching CM Punk and taking notes, and he went on and did it. He opened up the forbidden door. He was going through different companies. He was winning titles. He tagged up with the Young Bucks, teamed up with the Young Bucks, became a star. You know what I'm saying? Fucking created AEW out of nowhere, like a new revolution. So when he was saying this shit, I was like, well, hey. And then everybody started cheering, and it was like, if he giving you the facts, bro, you can't deny the facts, even though people will. But hey, if this is something that y'all want, and y'all want it when CM Punk said it, and somebody actually did it, then what else can you be booing about?
They're gonna do that just because
Let's talk about like, okay, Triple H actually gave us what we wanted, but they fucked him out his spot.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Vince wasn't having it. Vince realized this shit too. Vince was like, Triple H is doing a lot of stuff that
we should be doing, but we're not gonna do that because
I really should be doing it myself, but I don't want to do that no more. Because Vince was doing it back in the day.
But this
when
is
he was
what
trying to get WWE, like WWE was going through the shithole, bro, back in the day.
But see,
he brought in the ECW, brought in Jerry Lynn, not Jerry Lynn.
But see, but you gotta.
guy.
But see, at that time though, yeah. But at that time, you gotta understand, like Vince was Vince at that time knew, he was in a shithole, like he knew it. So at that time, you gotta understand, that was the golden era. So of course, like you gotta he was in his mind. His mind was young at that time. Even though he was older, but he was still. He thought rationally, and he was like, okay, I gotta adjust with the times of the 90s. So he did that. But now, I say all of that, to be like, when you've been at the top for so long, dude, it don't matter. It's like it happens to the best of most companies. Like when you've been at the top for so long, like you feel like you can't do no wrong. You
still gotta evolve with your way of thinking too. Though,
yeah, that's true. That's true. But but some people, we watching the John Moxley and Ethan Page choke out. I'm sorry.
This shit is funny,
shit.
bro.
You gotta put that clip at the bottom of the screen.
So he
my
did
God.
get up. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
because he had given the paradigm shift after that.
But yeah,
he looked around like,
right? Like what the fuck happened? Like what?
Somebody like, bitch, ass
did I go to sleep? Was I tired?
You old.
Wow, bruh.
Yeah, bro.
But now, but yeah, of course you gotta like adapt, your way of thinking with times. But Vince is old, man. It's just like he's comfortable. What worked for him for so long, when you get set into what's been working with you for so long, you ain't gonna want to change it. You know what I mean?
Because it's working.
Like you ain't gonna want to change because it worked for you for so long.
If I don't mean to cut you off, but if the parent teacher or the parent association, bully associations never came after him, we probably still be in the attitude era, damn near.
Probably so, but no, because if he when he went
that was in the Ruthless Aggression era anyway when they went public.
Yeah, when they went public, bro, that was like Nah, you obviously he can't do what he did back then because now you trying to get ad revenue and all this other stuff. You trying to get sponsorships. It happens. It happens. But man, I don't know. I just don't know, man.
I feel like I feel like AEW is in a position where they have the right amount of stars. They need to really build up they behind the scenes team. You know what I'm saying? And like Kenny was saying, bro, WWE and released this whole NXT staff, coaching staff, and William Regal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And Road Dogg. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying this just because I'm a New Age Outlaws fan, but Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, like working in the background with other tag teams, they gonna have the coldest tag team in the land.
I mean, yeah, they
They already slick dude, but when you got
know.
tag team coaches and shit, like with Jurassic Express, they coach Christian. You know what I'm saying? Multiple time tag champion, multiple time world champion. Matt Hardy, he got a roster of tag teams, you know. He just don't got one.
Right.
He got all the tag teams really.
Yeah.
But they good at some point they gonna become tag champions, you know what I'm saying? All of them in their individual times, you know what I'm saying? Chris Jericho, he got goddamn Proud and Powerful, you know what I'm saying, for now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, cause Proud and Powerful, they sick of Jericho shit. Cause Eddie Kingston and Jericho been beefing and shit before we get out of here. They been having a little beef and shit, but ironically, Proud and Powerful been slick on the Eddie side. You know what I'm saying?
Now that needs to happen. I mean, obviously there is some there's some history between Proud and Powerful and Eddie Kingston. So there's some history there. So it needs to happen.
Yeah, bro. Eddie was like, man,
It needs to happen.
y'all been with goddamn Jericho all this time. Y'all ain't been tag champions yet. What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? And
I
he makes a
mean,
good point.
That is a good point because
this tag team
they
division
have one
finna turn up.
So they have one to achieve, so yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes hella sense because ever since to me the whole inner circle thing was just really put together anyway. You got people that liked it when it happened, but to me, bro, I didn't really thought it made sense when they added Proud and Powerful to that group. I feel like they could have been better on their own. Right now, if they would have stayed on their own,
We feel like they'll be champions.
they would have been champions right now. We probably would have had them champions before. What?
No.
Not?
No,
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think?
no.
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like
The Proud and Powerful, the inner circle was put together because they needed another faction to go up against the elite at the time. You know what I'm saying?
this shit didn't. Yeah,
They didn't have nobody, bro.
I know.
Jericho came in. He was bringing in superstars to put together a team to fight against the company and shit. And when you put together a faction, a stable, you got to have a good tag team. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no good tag team, then how they gonna get the tag titles when the world champion got the world title? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it gotta make sense on paper, but that never happened with the Inner Circle, bro. Like, Jericho was the world champion, and nobody else had the Proud and Powerful didn't have. They had title shots, but they never got none of them jumps, bro. But with Eddie, like, I feel like this year they getting the tag titles, bro, because it's about time for Jericho to either take a break or go or turn face. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really be a
Well,
face.
he already a face.
He already a face right now, but I feel like. Nah, go ahead.
I want to say it makes more sense on what's happening then, because Sammy doing his own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really don't really see Hagar like that anyway. But shit, Proud and Powerful leave him, then it's just really him.
Yeah, well, I think Jericho did say, I don't know if it was on the interview or somewhere I read, he did say, like, the Inner Circle was going to be, like, they was only going to come together on certain
occasions.
and then after that they're gonna go do their own thing. Kind of like how the Pinnacle. We ain't heard much from them, as of late, unless, until, this whole thing with CM Punk, we'll talk about on another day. But, that's, they doing the same thing. So they're just like, they're going to come together on a special occasion, and then they're going to do their own thing afterwards. But I feel like, man, like Jericho there ain't nothing left he can do. There's nothing left to do. There's nothing left to prove. I feel like,
you just gotta go back. You just gotta sit in that legend status now.
Yeah, just sit in the legend status, man. But hopefully,
probably be a manager for Sammy or some shit like that. But other than that, bro, I feel you. It's Jericho, bro. He done everything you can think about somebody doing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like at this point, like your work complete. So
you done, man. I mean,
there's nothing left to prove.
He is cold on that commentary, though. I tell you.
He do too much yelling for me.
That's also.
Come on, Jerry. Come on, baby.
Like when he just regular, like when they just be in regular conversation, he be cool, but then he starts screaming and shit like, bro.
Let me tell you something, Excalibur. I'm like, bro.
That's another podcast, but
yeah,
bro, that shit crazy, bro. But man, we finna wrap this thing up, bro. It's been a crazy, non-stop, action-packed week of wrestling. Even with WWE doing what they always normally do, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
AEW, they've been turning up the heat. Jade Cargill defended her title, won. You know what I'm saying?
My baby, she.
I
love you. I love you. Look, bro, I'm already winning right now because I have the unification ceremony happening next week. I have a unification ceremony happening next week.
How many times I got to fight to prove my love?
Well, you're gonna have to fight to prove your love, man, because that's my wife. That is my wife. I love her. I'm proud of you. Continue to do good.
Gotcha. You want to die, nigga?
You want to die tonight? But yeah, man.
Somebody's going to jail tonight.
We're going to catch up with y'all next week, man. We're going to be here same time, same place. You know what I'm saying? We out. Boy.
We back, baby.